Level Outdoors. Today I'm just going to share with you a little jerky experiment I'm doing. I'm making some venison or deer jerky, and I'm doing a little different. A friend of mine had made some, and he has one of those tubes that it squeezes out the meat in a perfect, Slim Jim shape to make the jerky. And today I'm going to show you how I did it. I don't have the tube, so what I did was just took the ground burger, rolled it up like you would to make a hamburger patty, and then rolled it out flat until made it into long Slim Jim shaped jerky bites. So I've just got an open country dehydrator, and I've got my ground burger. Let me see if I can show you this. I've got my ground deer. I said burger, but I've got my ground deer in this top rack. I've made these. These are about 6 inches long and probably about as big around as your pointer finger or your middle finger. And the rest of them, I made all the rest. The top rack was an experiment, and the rest of them are about regular Slim Jim size, or about the size of a number 2 pencil. And I've got several of them on this dehydrator. So the only thing I used in this, so I harvested a buck, brought him home, got the meat all cleaned and processed, ground the meat, and added the fat. I always add the fat on the deer that I harvest because the fat helps keep the deer meat together when you're cooking it, and it adds a little flavor. So I always keep the fat. So I harvested it, cut it up in little chunks, ground it, and then after I had it all ground, I ground it a second time. In my mind, that just helps to really mix all the fats and the meats together, and it's just better. When you get done, you just got a beautiful ground meat that looks, you can't buy this in the store. So, but other than that, the only thing I put in here for the jerky was salt and pepper. And I go a little heavy on the salt and a little heavy on the pepper for my jerky because it just gives it a good intense flavor. Some people add different flavors. I usually don't, but this time I am going to just sprinkle. I've already done this. Each layer on the dehydrator I've just sprinkled with a new seasoning that my son brought to me, and it's called, can you see this? Big Mama's Soul Seasoning. And it says it's good on greens, seafood, pork, chicken, soups. Yeah, you can put this on anything according to the label. And what I like about it the most is this stuff says distributed by Southwest Salsa Sales out of Little Rock, Arkansas. Like I said, it's the first time I've tried it, or it's the first time I'm going to be trying it, so I'm anxious to see how to taste and see how good it just kind of tops off that jerky. Like I said, I ground the salt and the pepper into the meat, and this right here is just a very light sprinkling on the top of the rack. Look at this. This is some great looking deer burger right here. What I'm doing is you just take this, just like if you was going to make a hamburger patty. And I don't have any gloves on because the gloves, they tend to stick to the meat, and you can't roll the meat as good, and it gets on it just doesn't work good for me. But you just take a ball of the deer burger, and just ball it up. You kind of roll it in your hand here. Just get it started rolling. I've already got one going. Let me drop this down. You just roll it on. I'm using a little cutting board here. You just roll it on a cutting board until you've got a little Slim Jim looking piece of deer meat. You can roll this out as long as you want. If you want to do a 20-foot long deer Slim Jim, you can. But I've also got some that are a little thicker. You make a little bit bigger bites, but I don't really like the bigger bites, so I like them, about regular Slim Jim size, about like number 2 pencil thickness. But you just roll it out. If you see you got a little too much, you just break that in half and roll it on out, and get it to the thickness or the thinness, whichever way you want to call it, that you prefer. You can, like I said, you can do them long, or you can just keep them kind of short and kind of mid-size, but they're perfect. There's no skin on this. It's just 100% deer meat. So, I'm about to turn the dehydrator on. I'll let you know how it turns out. I've been working on another project while I've been preparing my jerky, and this right here is some homemade vegetable stew. Man, this stuff is going to be awesome. 90% of the ingredients in this bowl of stew come right out of our garden or right off our farm. As you can see, there is a ham hock in here. That's right off a pig we raised and processed. And man, that is getting tendered up. It's just adding some delicious flavor to this. We've got okra right out of the garden. We've got purple whole peas out of the garden. We've got some potatoes, some green beans. The only thing that didn't come out of the garden is the corn. We didn't have any corn. Oh, and we have some basil leaves in here for flavor. That didn't come out of my garden, but I do have some other things. With some oregano and stuff that we did grow here, some of our seasoning, spices. And man, I'm looking forward to this. I'm gonna let this just kind of slowly, on a low boil, just let it, I don't know, what do people call it, seep? Is that what it's called? Just let it kind of a slow boil on here the rest of the night. And this, look at that piece of, man, that is a pork ham hock. And you talking about, that's ready to eat right now. That is going to be delicious. Favorite thing about this soup is, like I said, 90% of it I grew or raised right here with my family. We worked the garden, we worked the animals, and you can't buy this at the store, y'all. You just can't buy this kind of goodness at the store. This is going to be awesome. So we're going to just let this continue to boil while we're waiting on the jerky. Like I said, it's about 3:40. We just got it on. So we'll see you in a couple hours when the jerky's ready. God bless. All right, so it's been, well, it was about 3:35 when I put it in. So it's been almost 2 hours. And here's what it's starting to look like. These are the big ones on top. Now here's a couple of little ones. And we kind of took a little sneak taste a while ago, and it's getting there. It's getting there. There's no more it's ready to eat. So we're gonna give it a little bit longer. Some of those are pretty thick. In about an hour, another hour or two, we'll try it again. Just want to keep you updated on how it is. No, 3:30, 4:30, 5:30, 6:30, 7. Almost 4 hours.
Probably no 4 hours.
Man. Woo.
I want to try that piece.
Come here, get you a bite of this.
It looks better.
Here, come here. Try a bite of that. That one's good.
The other one was
Venison jerky, or deer jerky. Man. Some of the pieces that are small are done, and they're delicious. Gonna let it keep going for a little while. Thanks for watching. Get out there, get some venison. Hey, you can make any kind of meat. We had some coon jerky a couple nights ago, and it was good too. I like the venison jerky, the deer jerky better, but you can jerky any kind of meat. Dehydrate it, smoke it, however you want to prepare it.
Yummy.
Like I said, we're using the little open country dehydrator. It works perfect.
Yummy.
Camp gives it the yummy approval.